Welcome to the Slant. I'm Sal, and I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in with us tonight. Buddy of mine, I met him at work. Got to know him a little bit. Got to talking to him a little bit. He had some very interesting stories from his past. I hope you find them interesting too. This is Interview with the Pimp, a Slant exclusive. I'd like to welcome to the show a buddy of mine. He's going to stay anonymous tonight. He's going to go by P. Welcome to the show, P.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on here. Giving a chance to tell my story a little bit.
Yeah, I got a little nervous, because we set this date, a few weeks ago, and trying to get in touch with you, whatever. You had to leave New York for personal reasons, and you went to Texas, and then I was trying to get in touch with you. It was a little hard, and then you popped back on the radar, got in touch with me, a little back and forth, but we got it going. You're here with us today, and I really appreciate that.
Right on.
Now, real quick, one of the usual listeners to our show, when I put up that this episode was going to happen, he messaged in and said, how do you know that his stories are real or authentic? I answered that from talking to you, getting to know you, how quickly, you said the stories, how you stated them, and how detailed they were. I don't think you're making any of it up. What would you say to that question?
I mean, you can't make shit like this up, I mean, when you hear what happens, you'll know. And besides, I do have the pictures and cross commentary to prove it. I got no reason. I ain't got a lot to kick it.
Right. All right. So, I guess we'll start from the beginning. You were also a boxer, right? Is that where the story begins, or how do we start this off? Where does it begin?
Yeah, I was a boxer. Well, where the story begins is I was about maybe 8 or 9 years old, and my old man, my dad, had gotten drunk at the bar and wasn't able to ride his motorcycle home. So my mom had to go get him, and she took me with. She was in the bar getting him, dragging him off the stool, and we were in a bad neighborhood on the east side of Chicago, and I was sitting in the car, and I was looking at the prostitutes. And they were waving at, they were hot. Mexican girls, hot, man. And they were smiling at me and waving.
How old were you at the time?
I was about 8 or 9 years old. I was a little boy.
Okay.
And then the girls were looking at me and they were waving to me and saying things like, oh, you come over here, let me make you a man. And they were giggling and maybe that was the story of my first chompy. I don't know. But I was drawn to these women ever since for some reason.
All right, so from there, how did you get into the game? Like, when did it become a possibility? What drew you there? Did you slowly start getting into it through other avenues?
Well, I always found it fascinating. I would watch documentaries and stuff, and, HBO's Cat House and things like that, documentaries on the whores and the pimps and the game. It always fascinated me. When I was about 17, 18, I began patronizing prostitutes, and becoming a little more involved in it, and then
and you were like, why am I paying for this shit?
Well, actually, I had thought about it. I had a girlfriend at the time, and I was discussing, hey, we should be pimps, but we couldn't figure out how to do it. And then me and her ended up breaking up. A few years later, I came across another girl who asked me for a ride. I knew her, I knew her from the neighborhood. She would sell pills. She would come into the bar and sell pills. I would buy pills from her. And I got her number. She was cute. And one day she told me about, if you can give me a ride to the casino. I says, yeah, sure, no problem. She's going to give you $20 for a ride to the casino. Well, the casino's right down the block. So $20? Oh, yeah, I'll take you. So I take her to the casino, and she tells me, right before we turn in the parking lot, she says, hey, I'm working off of Backpage.com. I'm a prostitute. I'm here to turn a trick. I'll just be a couple minutes with this guy. Sit in the car. I'll take care of you. I'll give you a blowjob. Everything will be okay.
So basically, you thought you were just giving her a ride, and then it turned into you were like the guy that drives around the escorts all of a sudden, because she was like, wait here, when I get done, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and then she came, I waited in the Walmart parking lot, which was across from the casino, and Cadillac dropped her off. She walked in the car, she handed me $100. She said, you want to hang out with me all day? You want to get into this? And I had nothing better to do.
What else? What were you doing at the time for employment that this was a good option?
At the time, I was a laid-off iron worker, and I had just lost my first professional boxing match and was considering a different career path than boxing. And she turned me out, and that was my first pimp dollar.
So
me and her were together for a while after that.
Was that like a usual cut for the driver, $100 for every trick they would turn?
Well, it depends on how good of a pimp you are. You know, you work out different things with different girls. To me, the magic number is at least 3 digits. I mean, when they, 100 to 200, then they're talking my language at least, But you work out different things with the girls. Some of them will go half and half. Some of them will, work out a percentage based on what services you provided. Like if you, acquire clientele, or if you, posted ads and advertisements, if you help manage them, the driving, the gas, you guys can always come up with a formula to work out what they'll pay you, but a real good pimp gets it all.
Wow. All right, so basically, at the time when you drove her, dropped her off, and then waited for her to come back, she kind of made you her pimp there, huh? Like, so is that when you first considered yourself a pimp, or you just the guy who was driving her around, and then you worked out later on that I'm going to be the pimp?
It's interesting to say that, because that was one of the arguments that me and her would have throughout our thing. She said, "You're not my pimp, you're just my driver." I would tell her, "Well, hey, baby, what would a state's attorney call me?"
Oh, that's right. If you got busted, they'd be like, "No, you're a pimp here on paper."
What would they charge me with? Driving a prostitute or pimping and pandering?
I'm just a guy with a license. I just want to back up a second, real quick. You said you were with the girl and you were both talking about becoming pimps, but you just didn't know how to go about that yet. Are there often girl pimps?
Oh yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, famous ones: Heidi Fleiss, Anna Glasgow.
Oh, right.
In other cultures, you have the Mama San, who runs the whorehouse and shit, and the Oriental massage parlors and things.
The madams.
There are quite a few madams,
But on the street, traditionally, the pimps are there for protection and for territorial reasons. Now, would a woman pimp on the street get as much respect as, say, a man? Or would they be able to hold their ground? Or is it just there's an understanding and people don't really cross that territory? You know what I mean?
That's an interesting question. I haven't seen any in the street, but I do know of a lot of former prostitutes who will run girls and who will get little rings happening to make some money and things like that. And there's that one rapper Krayshawn. She says that she used to be a street pimp.
Allegedly, she did describe herself as a Craigslist pimp, which, I mean, back when she was doing it, that's how it was done. What does that mean? Crack list or crack list?
Craigslist.
Oh, Craigslist.
Yeah, because a big part of it, the days of women walking down the street flashing their butt and putting out their leg, is over. And the day of the $20 crackhead hooker walking on the block is over. I mean, we're in the computer age, and the sex business took off right with it. The love game is doing very well because of sites like Craigslist and Backpage and Madam Fox and Eros. There's tons of websites out there where they call them cyber strolls.
Well, Craigslist, if you're a crackhead, you still need an internet connection, And my fear, if I was a John, would be that, how do I know this is a real person? I don't see them on the street. This could be a setup. But I guess people who are really into it, like one of the comedians I listen to on the radio, he has frequented prostitutes many times. He said you could always tell there's like a feeling about it. There's certain questions you could ask and stuff like that. So when you got into it, was the cyber age getting heavy with the way that they did these things, or was it still street stuff?
When I got into it, it was I had done it on many levels. I really engulfed myself in the lifestyle and what was going on. I've done it on the street. I've done it on the internet. I've done it, all different sorts of ways that it can be done. But the cyber age really is taking over everything, and that's really where the industry's going.
So, back to where we were. This first lady that you dealt with, this first lady of the night. So you dropped her off, picked her up, and then you guys would talk about, that you'd be her pimp or whatever. I guess you won that argument. Did you end up becoming her pimp in the end, or was she still considering you a driver, and where did it go from there?
I ended up becoming her pimp. We were together for about maybe 6 or 8 months. She really broke me into the game and showed me a lot, and she introduced me to another girl who really, showed me what was up.
My question is, all right, so she brought you into this, she needed a ride. Can they do it themselves? Do they need to have a pimp?
Well, any woman will tell you they don't, but they do. This is a very necessary thing, You would think they'd be able to do it by themselves. I mean, post the ad on the internet, drive to the guy's house, suck his dick, collect the money, go home. But that is not the case. A pimp is, when women would ask me, they'd say, well, what do I need you for? I'd say, well, why do you pay your car insurance every month and you never get in an accident? What? I go, yeah, every time you go in there, it's an easy thing. You go in there, you have sex with the guy. He's usually a nice guy. Everything's all good, But what about that one time that it ain't? What about that one time that it's John Wayne Gacy that answered your ad, or Ted Bundy, or, what about that time? And that's where a pimp comes in, Also, I mean, a woman's got way too much to be dealing with in this industry. It's way too much for one person, A woman's job in this industry is to, do the sex act, and really not the sex act. The Johns are paying for the time. I used to tell my guys, I'd say, hey, man, well, what do we get for an hour? Well, you could have her suck your dick for 60 minutes, or you could have her paint your wall. Either way, it's the same price.
They could be day laborers.
You're paying for the time. You got the money, I got the time. Is the motto.
So, yeah, you're like a union rep or like a foreman.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm I'm somewhat of a delegate.
Yeah. Now, so usually it was quiet. Everything would just go off without a hitch. Were there a few times where you've had to go in and do the full duties of your job? Say, I don't know, I guess you'll tell me, did somebody rip somebody off? Did they refuse to pay? Did they hit one of the girls and you had to go in and take care of the situation?
We had a situation once with a black girl I had. We used to call her Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar. She make me feel so good.
Did she taste so good?
At the time, I was renting a hotel and working in calls with the girls.
So you were doing what in the hotel? Wrecking the hotel?
No, I would rent the hotel.
Oh, rent it.
And run what's called an in-call, which is like their location, to come see them.
Okay.
As opposed to like a whorehouse or something like that. You just come to the hotel, I'm in the room. Overhead
expenses, huh? Did that make the price higher? Did you have to what's the word I'm looking for? Pro charge them or give it a pro rate because you had to, now the hotel's coming out of your pocket?
In-calls are cheaper.
Really?
Yeah, because we don't got to spend the gas money.
Ah. All right, so what happened? You were renting the hotel and you had an incident with Brown Sugar.
A guy called. He came. He was like, thank you. And he was, he was like a dorky kid. He was a kid. He was probably like in his early 20s. Black kid, dorky, but very, very big. I mean, like big. The kid looked like a cross between Steve Urkel and Shaquille O'Neal. And so they went in the room together. Now, I don't know what happened. She opened the door. She screamed my name. I ran upstairs. He tried to explain something. I just beat the living shit out of him, Hit him a few times, knocked him out. We took his money, ordered him a couple times on the ground, jumped in the car, never went back to that hotel. She says that when they got in the car, or when they got in the hotel room, that the guy was like, oh yeah, something, give me a discount, free, this, that. Honestly, what I think is she was a little nervous. It was one of her first dates. She didn't like the in-calls. She was very uncomfortable. I think there was... What I think happened is the kid tried getting like a deal. It was like, oh no, instead of 100, how about 80? And I think she just freaked. And poor kid got his block knocked off for that,
So there's no time to go in disseminate information, see what the hell's going on first before you start knocking blocks off. You just go in and you put the guy down, and then you find out later what happens.
Yeah, because this is too dangerous of a business and too fast paced. I mean, what am I going to do? You know, I felt that was I don't know if you want to say the right thing to do, but I felt that was the best way to handle that situation. You know,
it was the most efficient. It was the most efficient. Hit first, ask questions later, because there's no time to. Yeah, he's entering essentially. I mean, like when I hear you tell me that, I'm like, wow, that's rough. But then I'm thinking about this guy went out to buy a prostitute. He's entering a den of lions. He should be aware that he may get scratched.
Yeah, and you know.
There was a situation around Super Bowl time. I should know the guy's name, but it's only coming up to me now because of what we're talking about. He works as I think he might work for ESPN. Yeah, he works for ESPN, and he has won the Super. He's been on winning teams for Super Bowl before. He has Super Bowl rings. He's a well-known guy. You might know who I'm talking about. And he was at the hotel right before the Super Bowl, and I guess he was ordering prostitutes. He's probably doing it for some time. Once the prostitutes got there and they saw who he was, then the prostitute was like, all right, you know what? You're going to give me more money. And then he was like, no, get out of my room. Security ended up getting called to the room. Now this guy, you know, he's on TV. He got blown up that he was buying prostitutes, and like his career is kind of messed up from it now. Like, did any of your girls, did you know if they would do that? If, like, not saying that you told them to do that, but if they would just know, well, this guy's got money. Now that I'm here, I'm going to mark up the price.
I wish they would. That is, from what I just heard, that sounds like the best hoe any pimp could have, because the game is to be sold, not told. Yeah, damn straight, man. You know, you called us here, and now we're here. It sucks that you're a famous person. We got to get you in. You know, if you want me to keep quiet, you're gonna ask me a couple bucks. Blackmail is big in the game. This is common. You know, hey, your husband's been coming to see me, shit like that. You hold the husband ransom. You know, hey, hold him blackmail. Give me so much money, you don't want your wife to find out. Things like that. I never had that in my dealings, but I did have, my women were there to steal. You know, that was the whole thing. If he's drunk, to suck his dick rifle through his pockets. You know, if he's wasted, if he leaves you alone in the room, grab whatever you can. Baby, if you have any trouble, I'm right outside.
Jesus
Nobody can
Christ. Did you ever come across a John where you were like, if I have to do something, or I do have to do something now, but this guy is huge, like, I don't know if I could take him. Did you ever come across a situation like that?
That's part of the reason why I hit that kid so fast. I mean, I saw it because when they were in the hotel, I would park down the block and I would view everything from away. And I saw him go in there. He didn't look so big, but when she opened the door and I ran upstairs, I kicked the door open and I looked at him. And this fucking kid I'm 5'10". You know, 240 pounds. This kid was probably at least 6'8", 320. I mean, he was a big boy. You know, so that thought ran through my head. So what's the best answer? Hit him first and fast, you know.
All right, so you started acquiring, I guess, girls then, and your business started to grow?
Yes. At
all right.
One time I had probably 6 or 7 girls at once, but altogether, I've had maybe 20 to 30 girls.
Now, I remember you telling me when they're your girls, it's like them being your worker, your employee, your girlfriend, and your slave all at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're like with these girls as they work for you, like they're like your girlfriend.
Yeah. That's a big thing people don't understand about the pimps. You know, why does a woman need a man? Why does a woman need a pimp? Why does a hoe need a pimp? Well, somebody's got to talk to these women. I mean, everybody who wants them just wants them for the hour. They pay them for the hour and they fuck them. Or a lot of times guys are just lonely and they want somebody to spend an hour with them, and they tell them, you know, whatever adverse events they had in their childhood, and they open up to them because it's cheaper than a therapist. And, you know, who's going to believe this whore?
And whose therapist is sucking their dick?
So what a pimp does is kind of reverses that. You know, that's the big trick we're running on the hose. I'll be your person to talk to. I'll be your boyfriend. I'll be the one you can confide in. I'll be the one who can protect you. I'll do everything for you. I'll buy you everything. I'll get you whatever you want. I'll buy you a house. I'll buy you a car. I'll do everything you need. All you got to do is give me the money.
But can you really handle if you're at 6 girls at once and you have to listen to all the stuff that they have to talk about and everything they go through? Everything you could take that all on as one person.
Yeah, it gets fucking hectic, man. They argue, they get catty, they get jealous over, you institute rank, like your bottom bitch, which is your main squeeze. That's that's your chick, she'll sit in the front seat.
Wait, the bottom bitch is your main squeeze, or it's the top bitch?
You call them your bottom bitch, but yeah, she's at the top. Your bottom bitch is at the top.
Wow.
I'm not exactly sure where that phrase came from, but yeah, your bottom bitch is that's your girl.
All right, so she's like the head bitch in charge. Do the other girls have to listen to her because of the ranking system, or is she just, you're number one and she comes first?
Damn straight, she got to listen to them. If I'm not around, she's in charge. If I have any trouble making sure the girls, behave, she would help them. She would hit them and then tell them, hey, you don't want him to hit you.
Oh, so if the pimp hand wasn't feeling that strong that day, you could just send her in to take care of it.
Oh yeah, and there was a situation with that first girl actually from the casino. She had a problem bathing. She didn't like to shower.
What the fuck? And she's out there getting all that strange dick every day?
Man, I saw her go 2-3 weeks without a shower at least 60 dates.
Wow.
And,
wouldn't that affect the clientele? Wouldn't they be like, listen, your girl's a little stinky. Open it up, and it's like the Fulton Fish Market down there.
Man, some people are into that.
Oh.
I mean, you would be amazed at the reasons people need prostitutes and the reasons they want prostitutes,
All right, so she wouldn't bathe. So what happened with the situation where she wouldn't bathe?
She wouldn't bathe. Me and my bottom bitch, we'll call her Fancy. She wasn't having that. Hey, you need to take a shower. So me and my bottom bitch ended up, smacking the bitch around, ripping her clothes off, throwing her in the shower. And my bottom bitch washed her down and cracked her with the fucking bar of soap. And we told her how disgusting and how much of a pig she was for not wanting to bathe. And, she wants to wear jeans real hot. She doesn't want to wear, leggings to air out the fucking pussy and everything. She wants to, wear jeans, everything musty, nasty.
Oh, my God. And did she get the hint and start cleaning herself after that?
Unfortunately, it was still an issue.
Wow. All right, so one of my questions was going to be, is going to be because I'm going to ask it. So now, these girls, they work for you, they're with you, you're having relations with them, but now they go out at night and they go to work and they sleep around with, whoever they have to sleep with for their job. Like, how could you be sure that, or how could they be sure, how could you be sure that they're, not contracting any diseases? Like, was that ever a worry? Was that an issue that would come up and now you have to worry because symptoms developed later? Like, how did you keep them healthy?
I provided them with condoms and dental dams, sex toys with Purell and shit like that. I advised safe sex. I told them that if they were having unsafe sex, then I would consider it cheating on me.
So that's considered cheating in this game. You know what I mean? It's not that you're with another person. It's that you're not practicing safe sex. That's the different rules. Bottom bitches are on top. Top bitches are on bottom. I think I'm starting to get it.
But I hope they listen to me.
Well, so you would have this girl who didn't want to bathe. No matter, you guys smacked her around with a bar of soap, and it was an issue. So you're gonna have people. You tell them even we've worked in construction. They'll say put your safety glasses on, and then we just we're not gonna do that, and we just don't do it. So did you ever have any situations where somebody wasn't doing the right thing because they can't one day they develop something, maybe a little leakage or drippage and discharge, and you're like, all right, so you weren't doing the right thing?
I never came across. I did come across quite a bit of discharge in two gals actually. I don't know what it was.
Did you get it checked out? Did you have to send them to the doctor and pay those bills? Is there health insurance in the game?
Well, many of them were heroin addicts or crackheads. In Chicago, we have a needle exchange program where you bring in your old needles and get your new needles, and they give you free HIV testing. They give you free needles. They give you free crack pipe guards so you don't cut your lips and stuff.
Jeez, they make crack pipe guards. That's what we have in this world. It's wild, man. Don't chip your teeth; they're already falling out. So, how heavily did drugs play into day-to-day business?
Huh?
How heavily did drugs play into day-to-day business?
Oh man, they pulled the whole thing. It's all about the drugs. I mean, when I first got into pimping, I was, clean. I just smoked pot. And, by the end of my pimping, I was a heroin addict, alcoholic, all fucked up,
Wow. So did you have to ever deal with girls overdosing, or did you see it, what did you see in terms of that shit?
I saw a gal overdose. We had this one bitch used to go by the name MJ, and she stole my car while I was sleeping in the hotel, went and copped some rocks on the west side, got pulled over and arrested. My cousin was the sergeant on the west side at that particular district, so I went there, hey man, what's going on? Hey, look, they said we're going to charge her with misdemeanor, but, we got to keep your car, man. There's nothing we can do. It's already inventory. We're keeping your car. Okay, fine. So I hit up. So they took her to jail. Her bail was $5,000 So all right. So I call her old pimp, trying to get money. Hey man, this is your girl too, right? I mean, you kept calling her when I was with her. How about you come up with some fucking money, get her out of her hoosegow?
Was he receiving any money back from her when she was with you and you were still calling her, or was he calling her just to see her? Or?
Well, we're just friends now. He used to be my pimp. Now we're friends and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
He just let her go, huh? No, and that was it? He was cool with that? Let her go to you and just kept in touch?
Yeah, he was, And then, would call her up, hey man, I'm dope sick, can you just drop me off a bag? And then she'd say, oh, I feel bad for him because I got him started on heroin, so I'm the one that got a fucking,
And now he's yours for life, I gotcha. If that was the case, every drug dealer everywhere would be responsible for all the dope sick people out there.
You know what I mean?
But, alright, so she's in jail, you call her old pimp, try to get money to bail her out.
He don't got no money from me, but, he's concerned about her. He's friends with her, and he's got another bitch, he says. I said, you got another bitch? He goes, yeah, she's fine. I just met her at the methadone clinic. Fucking, she's good to go. We'll put her to work. We'll make the money. We'll bail her out tonight. So, okay, fine. So I go to pick him up. Girl was fine, just like she said. Just like you said, little Mexican girl. Hottie. Big tits. She was running from another pimp. This pimp out of Joliet, Illinois, which is a rough hood. She was running from him, and she was hiding in the city, and she met this guy, whose name was PJ from Pimp Juice.
Pimp Juice.
She come across, she come across Pimp Juice at the methadone clinic. He got her number, but he ain't got no car, he tells me. He says, yeah, I got her, but I don't have a car, so I need you to drive. Call my one buddy, he's a cop's son, Duke him a hunter. You drive for us. I said, okay. So we drive around. This guy don't know how to pimp this PJ.
Pimp Juice doesn't know how to pimp.
Go ahead.
Pimp Juice doesn't know how to pimp?
Nah, he don't know what he's doing.
So what does he know how to do? Make juice? Nah?
He's what you call a white gigolo pimp, which meant he was just fucking prostitutes and becoming friends with prostitutes and mooching off of them because they do have money. Like, everybody thinks like these prostitutes and whores are like low scum. Yeah, they might be low scum walking down the block with, $2,000 in their purse at all times.
Wow. So he just started calling himself a pimp, essentially.
Pretty much I don't know his story, but
yeah, like, I want to know how he got his name when he introduced himself to people. Was he like, yes, hello, name's Pimp Juice, nice to meet you? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you just start calling yourself. Do you just get up one day and you're like, today it's Pimp Juice, and from now on?
Pretty much, I guess, man. So he calls me, he's got this broad, I come over, I got the guy driving. We're driving the broad around. He don't know how to pimp. We finally get a phone call because he doesn't know what a pimp was. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know how to get the clients. He doesn't know how to post the ad online. He doesn't know how to fucking, you know what I mean? Because I got my broads flagging down taxi drivers and traffic. My girls work hard,
Yeah.
So we go do a trick, $200 for the hour. She goes in, she comes out, gives him the money. He gives me half. That was our deal. And then he says, all right, now we got to go to the west side and get some dope. Well, sure. So we went and we got some heroin. They spent all their money on the heroin. Now they're high as a motherfucker in the back seat. I says, okay. time for the next call. Pimp Juice tells me, nah, man, I think we're just going to take it easy tonight, man.
Wait, so that's like their coffee break for the day. Is like, it's all right. We've been working a little bit now. We did a call. Time for break. Let's stop and just jam up.
Yeah, pretty much, man, yeah.
Now it's back to work. And now Pimp Juice is like, no, I want to take it easy. Why? Because he's fucked up too?
Yeah, because he's high and he's nodding off. Now that I got laid, a little bit of dope made him lazy instead of making him a heroine.
A heroine?
Yeah. So I used to say, look, man, I go to, and then he's got a smart mouth, you know. He's throwing little digs at me. He's a little smart aleck. So finally I had enough. I used to say, look, motherfucker, I'm bailing my bitch out of jail tonight. Your bitch is coming up with the money. If your bitch ain't ready to work, I'm going to put you on the fucking corner and tell your ass. And he's like, hey, man, you know, what do you want? The girl's on her period. I said, what? She goes, I'm on my period. I can't work. I said, who the fuck's talking to you? Men are talking here.
So he didn't let you know before that she was on a period, she couldn't work. He told you he had a girl that could work, right? So basically he lied.
Yeah.
So what the fuck was he doing out there? He said, did he just want to drive around all night and waste time? Eventually he'd have to let you know. I mean, you were there to make money. That's why he said, let's go out, right?
He didn't know how to bet. So then he says, oh, well, I got this other girl. Her name's Angel. She'll work. She's ready. She's not on her rag. I says, all right, we go pick up Angel. Now, Angel's beautiful. She looks like the St. Pauli's girl, the beer girl.
Right.
I mean, big, blonde, huge tits. She gets in the car. She's high on something, man. She keeps moving her mouth funny and, like, blinking her eyes and talking to me. I said, okay, so we're going to go make this money. She goes, yeah, but, you know, I need to get high first.
All right, hold on. Stop right there. Before we go on to Angel, because I think I see where this is where we're talking about somebody who overdosed. Back to the other girl. So she's on a period. She can't work. So whenever they're on their period, so 1 week a month, they can't work, right? That's like a furlough week for them where they're off?
Well, what they'll say during their period week is, you know, we're not offering full service this week.
Oh, I gotcha. Limited service only. I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, sorry about that. Sorry to cut you off there. So back to Angel. You pick her up. She says that she needs to go get high. What happens next?
Throw her 2 bags. She spikes up in the back seat. You know, it takes these motherfuckers a long time to fucking do their shot, you know. When I was doing it only took me 2 seconds to do my shot. But take this fucking about an hour. She's pouring the blood in, pushing it out, all that. And then, so she fucking, we're quiet, we're in the car, we're jamming, we're just chilling, you know, I'm a little high too, I had sniffed some, I'm feeling good. And I turned her back and he says, hey, sweetie, I'm ready to go for these calls. Hey, ready to go for these calls? She answered me, took her phone.
Hey, P, hold on a second, because the phone's starting to cut out a little bit, and this is like getting to the good part of the story, so I gotta make sure that we have this going good. So this is what I'm gonna do. We're just a little bit past the half hour, so we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to smoke a cigarette, and then we'll continue right from Angel spiking up, all right?
All right, cool. My man.
All right, and we're back with P, former Pimp. Thanks for joining us again, man.
Thank you.
All right, so we're at the part where you got Angel in the back seat. She shot some dope. What happened next?
So we're driving. She's quiet. I asked her a question. She don't answer. I turn around and look. She's fucking out. I mean, she's out, man. Laying there, eyes rolled in the back of her head. I think she's dead. The fucking driver starts shitting his pants.
This is Pimp Juice we're talking about.
No, my buddy's driving, the cop kid.
Oh, so where's Pimp Juice? He's in the back.
Yeah, Pimp Juice is in the back with the bitches.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so he didn't notice this was going on the whole time?
Who, the driver?
No, Pimp Juice, because he's, I guess, all fucked up too.
Yeah, all that she's knocked out. Yeah, no, he's not. They're all 3 of them are asleep in the back.
Okay.
But she wakes up and the other one wakes up, but Angel ain't waking up. Like, what the fuck? The driver's fucking freaking it, they're, oh my god, dude, my dad's a cop, she's gonna die in my car. Oh my god, what should I do? What should I do?
Yeah, that doesn't exactly,
oh my god, bro, not again.
Who said that?
The pimp juice says that, not again, man. Oh god.
It'd be funny if he was just making that up, like, for his credibility, since he's like a fake pimp.
So I'm fucking freaking, the girl's screaming, wake up, she's shaking her. I pull over. Right here, pull the fuck over. He pulls over right by the airport. Pulls over into the Burger King parking lot. I come out, open the door, I grab the broad, pull her out of the car. The fucking bitch is huge, man. She's taller than me. She's fucking thick. She weighs like 180 pounds. I pull her out. I say, oh my god. And limp, dead weight,
Jesus.
I look at her. I slap her. You slap people that overdose. That wakes them up. You snap them back in.
That's everybody's first reaction, unless it's Whitney Houston's daughter. Then they throw her in a bathtub of cold water, and that didn't exactly work out. Maybe they should have slapped her.
Pretty much, you know what I mean? So I slap her as hard as I fucking can with everything. She comes to a little. She's blinking now, and she's coughing. She's clearing her lungs. So I give her another one. Pow! Now she comes to. Now she's crying. Now I'm getting a little carried away, and I keep slapping her because I'm so upset about the situation. It happens. So fucking. The other broad is out there. She's like, oh my god, I'm scolding her. You need to get your life together if you're going to make money at this. You can't be riding around in the back of cars shooting dope OD.
Yeah, if you're going to be a whore, you should have your shit together.
You know what I mean? Anything you're going to do, you got to be a professional.
Right, yeah.
So, Pimp Juice gets out of the car. He's like, oh, is she all right? Is she all right? Man, I punched this motherfucker right in his face. Bang.
Because you had enough of his shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You all night with your fucking smart mouth. Then you're lazy. Now you bring the fucked up bitch OD in my car. Oh, no. So I blast him, but he's so high on dope, he falls down, he bumps his ass on the ground, and he jumps back up, straight up, and he throws his hands up. Oh, well, what's up, motherfucker? So now he's backing away. I'm walking him down. He's like, yo, the cops are right there. The cops are around the corner. They're looking at us. I said, yeah? And bang, I hit him again. I keep beating. Cops go right about the business. We're on the west side of Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so the cops just ignore it because they don't even want to deal with it.
They don't want to deal with it. It ain't no big deal. It's just two fucking guys fighting in the parking lot. It'll be fine. So.
Well, you just saved Angel's life. They should be appreciative.
So I lump him up a little fucking more. I go back to the car. I start grabbing all his shit, throwing it, because it's wintertime. I'm grabbing his jacket, his book bag, his little fucking heroin pouch with all his paraphernalia, throwing it at him, screaming at the bitch. The other broad won't get out of the car. The first broad. I say, hey, what the fuck? Get out of the fucking car. She says, I'm coming with you, Daddy. I said, yes, you are. I closed the door. I got back in the car on the passenger side. I said, drive, motherfucker. My buddy hit the gas. I turned around. I grabbed her. I give her a kiss. I says, you're my bitch now. She said, absolutely, I am.
And that was it. Now she works for you.
Well, she did for about a week. At first, I romanced her all night. Very good. Much better than Pimp Juice could.
So Pimp Juice and his book bag, they were out of the picture.
And Angel, they're on there. Yeah, they got left at the fucking airport.
What kind of pimp carries a book bag? Was it JanSport?
Yeah. Fucking weird. Dude, so I got the other broad. We go romance all night. Well, the place that I chose a bad spot to romance her at, because the woman that I was staying with was paying me for my sex. And the deal was every day that I fucked her, I could have a place to stay and something to eat. All she wanted was, sex every day. So sure, this is great. Well, she ended up catching feelings for me. Hey baby, just that, like, you're my boyfriend. I ain't your boyfriend. Like, I'm your fucking.
No. All right, sorry, we had a little phone trouble there. So, all right, so this lady, you're staying with her. The exchange is you get a place to sleep and eat as long as you're giving it to her.
Yeah. So I got this other broad downstairs in the basement, and I'm balling her in the little apartment in the basement. She comes downstairs, she's knocking at the door. Hey, I loved you. How could you do this for me? I'm like, shut up. Well, I'm fucking this other broad doggy style and choking her and shit. And she's loving it. She's coming real hard. We're smoking crack.
Jesus Christ. It sounds like a fucking life where you live fast and hard, huh? Jeez.
takes a lot out of you, man. So we do this, we're all good. So we come up with it. So we fall asleep after this fucking raunchy night of fucking. I wake up to the police at the door with this broad. And she wants you out of her house right now. Hey, no problem, buddy. Thank God he didn't search us. I got 2 bags of rock on me, some weed, everything. We walk out of the house. She lives in Indiana. We got to walk back to Chicago. Not far, though, about 5 miles. So we're on a hike, finish off our bags. We get back to the hood, driving around, trying to get fucking money, this, that. This was a real hectic week with this particular broad, man, because the one day, I bring her up to I see my one buddy, an iron worker. He's stumbling in the bar, and he's a great customer. So I run up to him. Yo, dude, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while. He says, blah, blah, blah. I says, yo, man, look at this girl. And she walks up, and she grabs him by the face. She says, you want to come with me, baby? And the guy looks like he's hypnotized. Yes, I do. So we start walking away. Come on, let's walk to the bank. I'm not a scumbag. I ain't going to rob my friend. You feel me?
Yeah.
I will escort him to the bank to fucking withdraw whatever money that we need for the night. So we start walking. These two other dudes come up. They're like, hey, man, you ain't taking him. Why? Because he's buying you drinks all night, you fucking bastard? You ain't taking him. This, that. I got to fuck these 2 dudes up. Good thing this brought a nice thief, because when I fuck these 2 dudes up, when they're laying there, she's rifling through their pockets. She's a real good thief. Get the money, we get a hotel for the night.
How'd you take 2 guys at once?
I punched one guy, knocked him out, punched the other guy, knocked him out.
So just a little 1-2, huh?
That's the left hook, and then the other one, I hit the one guy with a left hook, and he went down. Then the other guy I jumped at with a left hook, and I missed because I was wearing a book bag. Fucking Pimp with a book bag. So I get the book bag off real fast, and I can't remember what I hit him with, like an uppercut or something, but he goes down, and he lays top to cheek with the other guy.
Oh, that's right. You were a professional boxer. I forgot. You're knowledgeable in these arts.
Yeah, I get it.
So,
she goes,
did you ever get the other broad out of jail?
Well, yes. Yeah, I'll finish it up quick about this week here. So that was this.
Yeah, of course. I forgot that we never got to that. But go ahead. So, you got to knock these 2 guys out to get the money for the night.
So we get the money for the night. We go get the hotel room. We kick bear fuck all night. She's got a weird fucking flap on her butthole and shit. I keep licking it. We make fun of it. She giggles.
A weird what?
And a weird flap on her butthole. I don't know. Maybe it was a hemorrhoid. Maybe it was, I don't know. It looked like the inside of a fucking sandwich bag in the corner.
What? Why in God's name would you lick it? That's the last thing I would think to do with it.
Well,
I'd probably get a sewing needle, add fire to that, and then maybe pierce it.
I did what I did.
You did what you did.
So me and her get the room, everything's going good, but we're not able to make no money because this bitch is really fucking...
Really. All right, so a little bit of phone trouble again, but we're quickly back. All right, so you laid up in the hotel with this girl, but you can't make any money with her that night because...
Well, for the whole week we're laid up in the hotel. We can't make no money, man. She's fucking... So whenever we do make some money, we got to go get dope for her because she's sick, and now I'm starting to get dope sick. My habit's catching up with me. So we're really, instead of pimping, I lost sight, and we're running around getting high for a week trying to make some dollars is pretty much what happened. So then I says, hey, we're going to get our fucking... Because we couldn't come up with more than like $100 at a time,
Mm-hmm.
$100, 50 on dope a piece. Then we get another $100, a room and a bag of weed and food. Now we're fucking, so finally I says, hey, fuck it, baby, I'm going to get us some money. We're going to have enough money to start right. We're going to do it good today. We're going to make a lot of money. Because you can make, $1,000 a day is not a hard goal to reach. You know what I mean? On average, you should be making $1,000 a day per girl. So... Yeah,
So could you have used any of your other girls that you had like in the stable to help you make money those days, or they just weren't around at the time?
Right, because at the time it was just her. The name of the game is cop and blow. You go through bitches a lot.
Oh, okay.
Just like you go through girlfriends.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I said, fuck it, baby, I'm gonna get us some money. I took my fucking chain that I got baptized in, that my dad gave to me and stuff. and I pawned it at this fucking outlaw bikers fucking pawn shop. And I'm like, come on, man. He wants to give me $100. I'm like, dude, he ends up giving me $350. Worst thing I ever did was sell my fucking baptism cross. That was like my entrance into hell, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then fucking, I go get a jab of dope, which is 10 for 12, dime a dozen. I get that. I got her. We met some dude at the dope spot, some other white guy that was there copping dope and didn't have any money, so he's driving us around now. I offer him a job as a driver. He's on board. So he fucking takes us to the Walgreens. We got to go to Walgreens. I got to put money on my phone. Takes me to the Walgreens so I can go pay my phone bill. I'm trying to call in the card, you know, to get the money loaded on. She's walking around the store, so I get the money loaded on. All right, come on, let's go. She goes, all right, we go to step out of the store. A fucking security guard steps in front of us. Says, excuse me, she's stealing. She looks at me. She's like, I'm gonna run. Now I'm like, you stupid fucking bitch. I got fucking $100 in heroin on me. So like, you're stealing. What are you stealing anyway? So I'm like, hey babe, just give him back whatever you took. So she hands it like she's just a kleptomaniac. She stole a handful of toothbrushes.
For what?
Fucking like, yeah, she's a fucking idiot, man. Like a fucking thing of Solo cups was wrapped up in her jacket. Like she stole shit like this, man.
It sounds like nothing you needed for survival for when times are hard.
It's fucking completely retarded, this bro.
You could be completely starving, you might be dope sick, but your teeth will be clean and you'll have something to catch your piss in, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So she tries to give it back to him. He, like, swats the shit out of her hand. She tries to go. She tries to, like, run. He's grabbing her. I'm in the spot here, man. You know, so I'm not too violent at this point. I'm like, hey, calm down, calm down. She is screaming. She hits him in the fucking head with this, like, Dr. Pepper that she was drinking, like a Wendy's cup.
Yeah.
It explodes all over his head in the fucking store. They tussle. They slip on the pop. They go down on the ground. She's screaming, help! Rape! Rape! He's raping me! He's dragging her through the fucking aisle. Now she's holding on to the aisle. He's got her by the feet, trying to pull her in the fucking room. She's screaming, going nuts. I got all this heroin on me, and nobody notices me, so I slip out of the store. What am I going to do with the heroin? I got to stash it and then come back and see what happens with this broad, try and talk my way out of it. So I walk around. I see the cops coming. Keep walking. Nobody sees me. Well, I can't hide this heroin. There's a neighborhood full of fucking drug addicts. So I shove it up my ass.
Jesus.
So I go back. Yeah, so, and it was wrapped in tinfoil, too, man. So it was really fucking uncomfortable.
What would have been better, like saran wrap, right? Wax paper?
I mean, anything. Anything would have been better.
Parchment paper.
Fucking barbed wire up my ass.
Yeah.
So I go back to the store. They ain't releasing it. Okay, we're not going to charge her. I start telling them. I'm like, yo, we're homeless. The dude who drove us there, he just speeds away. As soon as I come out of the store, I just see him speeding away. I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm like, yo, we're homeless. Look, she's stealing toothbrushes and stuff. Like, we don't have anything. We're homeless. She's still, you know. They're like, okay, well, you know, but she busted the security guard in the head. I said, well, she was scared. Okay, all right. Well, we're not going to charge her with the stealing, and we're not going to charge her with the fucking aggravated battery and resisting arrest and all that. But she has a warrant for heroin back in Joliet.
How did they know that she has a warrant? Like, the cops were there? The cops came?
Yeah, cops are there now.
Oh, that's right. You said that. That's why you resorted to stashing the stuff in your buttocks. You wouldn't have just done that for no reason. I got you.
Right, yeah, the prison pocket.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm talking to these cops with this dope up my ass. They're like, we're not going to charge her. First they didn't even say that about the warrant. They're like, we're not going to charge her. We just got to bring her to the station and fingerprint her, and then we're going to let her go. So I go to the station with these dudes. I'm in the fucking waiting room at a cop shop with the dope up my ass for about 2 hours. They come out there like, yeah, she's got a warrant for heroin out in Joliet. We got to keep her. You're on your own, kid. I says, all right, well, you know, here's $20. Put that with her commissary. And, you know, then we're going to go. I'm going to go. I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do now? I hit up that first bitch from the casino. You know, hey, baby, what's up? Oh, I live on the north side now. Why don't you come up? All right. North side, real richy neighborhood. She had this Arab taxi driver that was really like a fucking oil millionaire or some shit, trying to get citizenship, and put her up in a real nice apartment and shit like that. So anyway, I go up there, me and her smoke crack for a few days. When she smokes crack, she gets completely useless. She can't do anything now. She just cracks her knuckles for about fucking half an hour and then does another hit.
Right, not like those really useful, hard-working crackheads. But the minute they smoke crack, they're building all sorts of shit, inventing.
Yeah, for
the benefit of mankind.
Never underestimate the motivation, the high motivation of a drug addict,
Yeah. I heard good crackheads, like, they used to, like, this guy used to live across the street, and he would just cook, like, all night.
Doing good stuff.
Yeah. All right, so is this the girl from the casino? She's not the girl that was in jail that you had to get bailed out, that you started working with Pimp Juice?
No. The girl who's in jail is the one that she introduced me to that really, like, got me deep into pimping.
Okay.
And they both had the same pimp. His name was Loverboy.
Loverboy.
He was a weird dude. He was gay. Yeah, he was a white gay dude and named Loverboy, and that was their pimp. And they lived in this little house in my neighborhood, in, like, this apartment building and shit, where her dad, because her father was a doctor, the girl from the casino. So they lived in their building and shit. And, the guy was just a major thorn in my side. He had a problem with me peeling his hose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Peeling his hose, stealing his bitches. He had a problem with that. I don't know why. I mean, it's like, look, nigga, your bitch chose me, okay? If your game was stronger, she would have never left you. But they're with me now. You'd have a problem with it.
Did you pick your pimp name? Are you able to say what it is? You want to keep that on the DL too?
I'd like to keep it.
That's fine. But how did you pick it? Did somebody like start calling you that, or are you just like, no, this is what it is?
It was a nickname I had before I got into pimping, like kind of a street nickname that kind of followed.
All right. So you called the. Did the other girl ever get out of jail? You guys went out. This is the one where you picked up Angel to work to get the money to get her out. Did she ever get out of jail, or is she still there today? Just everybody forgot about her.
Well, okay, so she was still in jail when I started calling this Loverboy. So anyway, this Loverboy had the two of them. I stole the two of them. Loverboy was in love with MJ, who is the bitch who was in jail.
Right. MJ, right.
So he's loving her. He's still in love with her. So I'm up here with this other one on the north side. I says, hey, why don't we go down to the south side, kick Loverboy's ass out of your dad's building, and then start living there and make money there. She says, hey, that's a splendid idea. We go over there, and we go over there. Loverboy's telling me, like, through the door, to the little bitch who wouldn't come to just open the door, he's telling me, like, oh, she's been calling me from jail, writing me letters. I sent her money. She's got court tomorrow. I'm going to pick her up. The hell you are? She's with me, man. She ain't do that. You're lying. No, she picked me over you, because that's a big thing with the pimp game. It's like, you're fighting, like, you got to be like a jealous boyfriend, like, with these girls. It's weird,
Yeah.
So, I'm going to pick her up. No, you ain't, motherfucker. You're going to open the fucking door and let us in. So now the cops come, because they see the ruckus in front of the building. They were parked in the corner. What's up? She starts going nuts. This is my father's building. He has no right to be here. I want him out, and I want, me and my man in right now. The dude's like, do you live here? Let me see your ID. He goes, the address and my ID. How do I know you live here? He goes, I have mail here. He goes, go get it. So I walk in the building behind him. The cop lets me walk with this dude and escort him to go get the mail. Man, as soon as the fucking doors close, I beat this fucking Loverboy within an inch of his life, man. I hammered this motherfucker. I really give him a pumpkin head deluxe. I beat him so good that they arrest me, and the cops are, like, joking about it. They're like, man, you really got him good, man. He comes up to the fucking cop car bleeding still, like, 20 minutes later. He's like, oh, by the way, officer, he hit me as being a professional boxer. And the cop's like, yeah, I know, I was at his last fight. Like, yeah. They take me to jail. I'm in jail all morning. I get out of jail. I make a phone call to the county. They're like, oh, she beat her case today. They're letting her out today at the Cook County Jail. So I fly over to Cook County Jail. I don't got no car. I don't got nothing. I don't even remember how I got there, to be honest. I took the bus or what, but I don't know. I'm waiting in front of the county jail for her to get out. Now, you get your discharge at about noon, but you don't get out of the building till about, like, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night,
Jesus.
So I'm waiting at the entrances of the building. It's fucking raining, it's sleeting, it's snowing. I am busted up. I have had a rough week. I've been smoking crack. I got a hole in my fucking shoe. I ain't a very proud pimp at the moment. I'm sitting there waiting for my girl, man. I'm waiting for MJ. And who pulls up and gets the best parking spot? This fucking lover boy.
Oh, God. She called him
I'm
too?
Huh?
She called him too?
Yeah. The motherfucker. Well, I don't, yeah, of course she was. Now I found it out, but at the time I didn't know. Whatever, he's here to pick her up. We'll see who she chooses. I tell him, we'll see who she chooses when she comes out the door, motherfucker. And he's like, yeah, we will, and he makes a phone call. The fucking bitch calls the police. The police come. They got me, oh, yeah, you've been harassing that man. You beat him up last night and this and that. I said, hey, look, he's all fucked up. The cops are like, they see I'm in the dead wrong. They know what was happening. They come, but he's such a fucking weirdo. The cops come up there like, look, man, he's a jerk. We ain't arresting you. Just don't say anything to him. Just wait here for your girl. This dude's a fucking weirdo. I'm like, all right, cool. I waited for hours and hours and hours. And he was good pimping at the time, man. He had a big white Tahoe and shit with Hawaii plates. He had a nice car, man. He had a nice trench coat. He had money. I don't got nothing.
Yeah, but he didn't have 12 bags of heroin up his ass. That's where all the goods are.
I had sniffed those bags long before.
Oh, so you got them out of your ass. All right, so they were done. They were out of the ass already. I got you. I was waiting to see when they were coming out.
So she steps out of, it's sleeping, and she steps out of jail, and I see her, and he starts beeping the fucking horn, and she came, and she looked at both of us, and she jumped on me and kissed me real good, and we got on the bus, and we left together.
So why did she call the cops on you then?
Him?
Oh, she called on him? I thought she called them on you when he made the call.
No, he made the call and said, oh, yeah, this guy that beat me last night.
I got to follow things a little bit better. Sorry, people out there. Basically, I thought he called her to be like, we're both out here, and then she called the cops and said, oh, he beat him up. That's not what happened. He called. Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, he called the cops like, hey, this guy beat me up yesterday, and now he is harassing me and shit on the corner and trying to start a fight with me again. I'm scared. Come arrest him. Type shit,
So you got her and you guys rode off. How long total would you say you did it for? Like all of it, the whole game?
I pimped for about 4 years.
4 years. And when was it that you were like, all right, I'm done with this. This can't be happening anymore?
I had two girls. I had one that she was 18 years old. She was fresh out of high school. She was just a baby, and she was fine, and she was real good. She made me tons of money. She never argued. She gave me everything. She was a good hoe. And I fell in love with her. I ended up catching feelings for my bitch. And then I had another broad who was from out in the middle of nowhere in Michigan, like out in the middle of nowhere, Michigan, and who was all into like this freaky fucking like German porn, bondage, fucking like masturbating with a knife type shit. Like this bitch was fucking weird. She was in her 40s. So I met her on this fucking fetish website. She was like offering fucking slave services where you could just like beat the hell out of her, and she just come over, you can beat her up, she can go home, no money, no nothing. She's all into it. Then she plays like she was weird, man. So I got pimping this broad, and I'm pimping the young broad at the same time. I would pimp them on different days because I was playing with the young one like I was her boyfriend, her one and only,
Yeah.
And shit. And but I fell in love with the young one, and then I was in my buddy's basement, and I was doing good with the drugs. I wasn't snorting heroin, I wasn't smoking crack, like I was clean for a little bit, just smoking weed and drinking. And I'm sitting there with my buddy, and they're doing massive amounts of cocaine. They're just snorting up a fucking storm. And I almost had a fucking heart attack. I thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't sniff no coke, but my chest tightened up, and I fell against the bed, and it was weird. I heard birds chirping. I thought I was gonna die, man. And what happened was at that moment I had realized that these were the same broads. Like this little 18-year-old that I had was gonna grow up to be this other one that I have. And this is my situation now, and that's what my situation is gonna be. And and there was feelings, there was a lot going through my mind because, my mother wasn't proud of my pimping. She didn't tell me, you think I'm proud that I raised my son to be a pimp?
So she knew?
Yeah, my mom knew. My mom is a godly woman, but she's always been supportive of, if I wanted to be a murderer, my mother would want me to be the best murderer there ever was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's how Mama was, and so Mama knew what was happening, but she was not supporting of it. She would tell me, I don't like what you're doing. Why are you doing this? One time she asked me, what are you doing with your life?
You're being a bad boy, P. A very bad boy. You're upsetting mommy.
You know, she told me, what are you doing with your life? I thought about it. I'm writing a book.
Huh. That's actually a good idea. You probably should.
And then after that, you know, with those two girls and that like epiphany moment of clarity, whatever that I had, I said, you know, I'm just going to give this pimping up and see what happens. And, you know, I never did try the straight and narrow path like God says in the Bible, you know, don't sin, don't fornicate, no lust. No.
Well, even if you did, it's impossible not to sin or fornicate or whatever. But you did have, you said you were laid off iron worker, so you did have a union book, so you were able probably to transition right back to that, just leave the pimping aside, right?
Yeah, but it, you know, the reputation in the local wasn't so great after that, even though most of them were my fucking customers.
Oh, okay.
You know, but yeah, word had gotten around, and more so they were, once, it's amazing with this world, you know what I'm saying? You stick a needle in your arm one time, the world thinks you're a junkie for the rest of your life, you know? And then that's the vibe I got with my local. After that word got out, and I was never really to get it back on track there. That's why I left home.
Oh, is that why you came to New York and started working here?
Well, I love New York. You know, and I've never been to any other country, man, but that New York is a pretty cool fucking place. That's got to be one of the coolest places in the world, the shit that's going on there, man.
That's what they say.
Everybody goes there to make it. That's why I went there.
So let me ask you another question now. You said, like, jokingly before, when Pimp Juice was acting up, you were like, you want to be lazy, I'm going to put your ass out in the street and pimp. Is there a big market in male prostitutes?
Oh, hell yeah, and a bigger market than for women.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but, you know, like, gay guys fuck you up the butt, though. Not too many women are making calls for guys, but...
How much could you get from me? How much could you get from me on the street?
For you?
Yeah.
$200-300 an hour.
$200-300 an hour? Bro, I'm only making fucking $40 an hour now at work. $200-300 an hour, and how much do you take?
We'll work something out.
Oh, man. So, did you ever have to deal with, say, transitioned men into women, like tranny prostitutes?
Nah, man, I never did have one. One time when I was in jail, the one bitch I had, MJ, that was locked up, she knew this one dude, Raul, who used to go by Rosa, and, like, did the whole thing, had, like, a boob job and everything. And I saw him in the county, and was like, I was trying to, like, get on some jail pimping, you know what I mean? Make an extra pack of cookies or something here and there. And I was like, what's up? You know, we were in the holding cell. We were going to court. He was in protective custody. I'm like, yo, what's up? Get at me on the street. And he's like, okay. And the guys are like, man. I'm like, yo, show us your tits.
How were they?
Yeah, but no, I never did get a transvestite broad. But that's good money. That's probably the best money. The best money in pimping, you know, is little kids. I'm not into that. I don't condone that. I'm not with pimps like that. I don't fuck with that. You know?
That's fucking... That's what gets me is like, all right, we know that's horrible. We know there's a market out there for it. The fact that there's more money in that, I guess because it's rarer and more dangerous, they just charge more for them. Is that what it is?
Yeah. The more exotic, the more taboo. You know, like, okay, you'll charge like $100 quickie, $200 hour, $300 fetish.
Oh, okay.
You know, and then, you know, your guys will do the same thing, but maybe for a little bit more, like $150, $250, $350, so on and so forth, you know. And then if you can get, like, a really good girl, like a professional one that, like, does porn and is, like, a model and stuff, they'll do it for, like, $2,500, $3,000 an hour.
Wow. So did you know, like, if you, like, just because you come across in dealings, like, I know I don't do electrical work, but I know electricians just from being around. Did you know any pimps that were selling kids?
No, I did not. I would have handled that, like, if I did. I wouldn't have stood for that. I mean, how noble could a fucking pimp be? You know what I mean? But if I had come across that, I mean, it would have just been one more ass to whoop. You know what I mean?
All right, man. Well, listen, I really want to thank you for, like I said, once again, coming on, sharing your experience. So, yeah, man, thanks again. you're down in Texas now. If you make your way back up to New York, I can't wait to see you again. Maybe we'll actually have you on the actual show one of these days that we do every Monday.
Right. Oh yeah, man. And thank you for having me. Thank you everybody for listening. I was honest with you guys, and I don't. It's up to you how you judge me. I just hope you enjoyed the story.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. You know where you could get us if you're listening right now. theslant.libsyn.com. Libsyn spelled Libsyn. You can also get us on iTunes under podcasts. Facebook.com/Slant Show, @Slant Show on Twitter. Our new YouTube page is Slant Radio. And I think it's gonna about do it. We're gonna be back this Monday with a regularly scheduled episode, Slant episode number 27, I believe. So we want to thank you guys for listening, and keep on listening, and we will see you Monday.
Can't get a dollar out of me. No Cadillac, no perms, you can't see. Then I'm a motherfucking P.I.M.P. I don't know what you heard about me.